Yes. That's what you're calling this.
Oh my God. We're a shit show.
So you want me to lead it off?
Welcome to the shit show.
Welcome to the shit show.
Welcome to the shit show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Just drifting in eternity.
Welcome to another episode of Combined Chumming with the Spirits and Darkwoods Paranormal. Who's with us here tonight?
Thank you for having us.
And we're at the famous Doosterbeck
Doosterbeck.
out of Elkhorn, Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
We had beer and pretzels.
And pizza.
And pizza.
And Sprite.
And cinnamons. and toffee.
And toffee.
Brandy old-fashioned flavored toffee, actually.
So, to kick this episode off, I wanted to talk about what we did last night.
I've heard that one before.
We have a few regrets.
You didn't get paid for last night, though, so...
Yes,
Yeah, that's
talk about what happened
paranormal.
last night. Absolutely.
So,
Oh,
Gabriel, where were we last night?
Last night we were in the beautiful city of Milwaukee, and we had the pleasure of spending the evening at Shaker's Cigar Bar and Grill. It was a fabulous time. Raven and I were able to meet the owner, Bob Wise, I believe, and fantastic guy. Had a fantastic menu. Let us taste some food. And then we were up in the penthouse. There's a second floor, and then there's a penthouse, and we were able to enjoy a ghost hunt.
yeah. You forgot about the most delicious old fashions we've ever had.
They were very good with rye. You guys ever had one?
Right.
Oh, they're good.
They're
I had
so
the Sazerac. That was pretty good. And
Yeah.
I actually introduced the bar staff to my name of the version of the drink, the Colorado Bulldog.
Oh, sure.
Mhm.
They called it. The waitress called it. She said where she's from. That's called a Black Russian,
Black Russian. Yeah.
which I thought was interesting because I thought Black Russian was just a white Russian without the white.
Right.
It was no cream added.
It's pretty good, though. It's pretty good.
I thought that was a beautiful establishment. They had a kind of a Cajun feel at Shaker's.
Oh, yeah.
They put a lot of time and thought into their dishes, and we were very thankful to be able to spend the night there.
Yeah, no, it was a pretty awesome place. Smack dab the downtown center heart of Milwaukee.
Mhm.
In fact,
for Denver.
we were able to take a haunted tour that they provide about Jeffrey Dahmer, since Jeffrey Dahmer is a big staple in Milwaukee.
Who's Jeffrey Dahmer?
Jeffrey Dahmer enjoyed delicacies
Some people.
And had a fondness for chairs.
Yeah.
and children.
So
Raven came back to Raven didn't make it to the basement.
No,
Raven-
I really wanted to go in the basement. Apparently, the basement at Shaker's is very haunted
Yes.
as well. And I really wanted to go, but I was not invited into the basement.
yeah,
this
you were
time.
shaken away.
Yeah.
So, do you know any of the history of the building and location itself? Because Jen actually asked me after the investigation, who's my phenomenal girlfriend, has done so much for us over the past.
Jen.
We'd like to meet her
months.
sometime. She should come on the show.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes. Yeah, she should be on the show.
She asked me some really good questions, and I didn't know how to answer them. I was
Google's really hard nowadays.
Yeah.
at 4 in the morning.
Oh, 4 in the
Google's
morning.
hard for the morning.
What was it before? Because I know the bar started in 1986, according to their logos.
It's older than that. Because the building is
Shakers has been around since
Yeah.
1986.
The building before it supposedly was a cemetery.
Yep. The
That they
land.
moved everything.
Yep.
Moved. And then they
Right.
built the building,
Yep.
which supposedly they found skeletons.
skeletons.
Yep.
That's usually you usually find those in graveyards.
Well, actually, Bob was one of the people who found they were doing renovations or something in the basement.
Yep. And he's the one that found some skeletons. Yep.
So I have to ask,
At least one.
is it a possibility that
Or a probability.
is it a probability that those may have been associated with Dahmer?
No.
No.
No,
but
actually-
there is a big history of the mafia
Mhm.
in Milwaukee. And
Al Capone.
and
Al
a lot
Capone.
of that stuff happened in that area where Shakers is.
Yeah. So they actually had ties to that building. And so that's part of the history of it as well.
Yep.
Is that there were mafia ties or mobster
Monster.
mafia.
And it was a brothel for a while. There was a room that was used as an abortion clinic. And there is a lot
That
of
was a very
activity.
scary ice maker.
Yes, scary ice
Yeah,
cream.
I'm not gonna
Very
lie.
icebreaker.
The first couple of times I heard that, I was like, "Shit, that was right out in the hallway."
Mhm.
I look
So
over at Jen and I'm like, "You heard that, right?" And she's like, "Huh."
Jen should really come on some.
She
should.
should.
She
Tell the
give a lot
stories
of
of
stories,
how
a
she
lot
was
of questions. So I
brave
look forward to
and-
hearing a thing or two.
investigating a haunted location.
So, to those that might not know old-fashioned terminology, can one of you guys kind of explain what a brothel is?
Brothel is a whorehouse.
Okay.
I was gonna take it a little lighter than that and say that a
brothel
place
is
that
a
men would
place- yes,
go
Yes.
to pay for sexual acts
Yes.
and
That's a gentleman's club.
a gentleman's club. Sure.
I learned that blowing in the asshole cost $350 back then.
There are on the way up to the apartments. There are things written on the stairs
Yeah.
that were
I'll post-
supposedly there when it was a brothel, and there are prices associated with those words. Yep.
Pink
Look at
and
the
Open.
pictures.
So
Pink
I
and Open was another ad they had.
There was also a mammary screw that was for offer.
Yep.
So what
I can't
it was
say those words.
is basically there would be people on the bottom floor where the bar was. They would be the people that would kind of like take the money. The second floor would basically be where you would get lower end activities done.
The ones that were well used and not very good. And then-
Bottoms for the bottoms.
Your what was it? There were your B girls, and then your A girls were on the third floor. There, the girl that was, I don't remember her name,
madam, right?
but she was like one of the most popular of the girls. And so the story goes that there was a man who would visit her regularly, and he fell in love with her, as you do, and he was not happy with the fact that she was not in love with him, and so the story goes that he murdered her.
You get what you pay for.
Yeah, he murdered her, and then, if I'm remembering correctly, dismembered her in the bathtub.
Don't want to make a mess, and that's hard to do.
Right, and then tried to burn her body in the fireplace. That is in
like
that same
normal
room.
human beings would do, right?
Right.
You had an issue.
So and this is going to go down a weird rabbit hole. I apologize.
We're used to those.
So Dahmer has his family roots in Milwaukee. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Or did they move there? Like,
They moved
They
around a lot, but he
moved
does
around a
have,
lot, yeah.
family history. And
is it a possibility that that individual may have been a descendant of Dahmer, and that
I mean, Dahmer being a descendant of that individual.
yes, I'm sorry,
I don't
I
think
doubt it.
so.
because those traits
Right.
are carried down genetically.
Right.
Or you just
That's
got
not a
large
normal-
group of people, and you get a few, 1 in 100 or 1 in 1,000. Milwaukee's get quite a few thousand people.
Yeah.
Wisconsin alone, I mean, we had Ted Bundy and
No, Ted Bundy's actually from California.
Ed Gein.
We had
yeah,
Ed Gein
yeah.
and Dahmer.
Yep.
And I think we had at least another one, but I can't.
So
Yes,
I've
forgettable.
You
heard.
can compare serial killers as well, because we had BTK in Wichita, and
Yeah.
We had the Bloody Benders
yeah
in Cherryville.
and then what was Kansas City had one for a little while.
Bob Bordello.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy. Have you guys heard of Bob Bordello?
I feel like I
don't try
should.
to associate with
So in the 80s, he owned a.
Bordello.
No, it was a hardware store down in Westport District. And each year for Halloween, he would put decorated skulls up on the counters.
Oh,
Those were real skulls
They were real.
of the teenage boys that he had murdered, and he would paint them. He actually got caught because one of the boys that he had chained up in his basement, he went down and asked him, "Hey, do you want a sandwich?" And the kid's like, "Yeah." kid broke loose while he was making a sandwich, jumped out the window, and ran down the street to catch the cops. They've actually, because of the interest associated with him over the years, they've torn down his residence and what do you call it? Plow up the area to rebuild over top.
Yeah.
They did the same thing to Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment building. They tore it down and made it a park or something.
Just because it's such a stain on the community.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't
Because nobody
want
wants to live there. And
It's kind of hard to rent an apartment in that complex.
But I mean,
back to Milwaukee.
yeah, it was. First of all,
Make
Milwaukee,
Milwaukee tools.
you are beautiful, but your streets are horrible. Choose a direction.
There's a bunch of things based on Milwaukee. Harley Davidson.
Yep.
The Brewers.
Brewers, Laverne and Shirley.
Yes.
Was Happy Days in Milwaukee?
I
think that was Indiana.
But it wasn't that 70s show.
that was out of Wisconsin.
That was
Yeah. I don't think they ever said it was which part of Wisconsin they're supposed to be based.
But I actually like Milwaukee. I think it has a lot of nightlife. They have fantastic fooderies.
Schlitz.
Mm-hmm.
Schlitz.
I don't even know if anyone even drinks that. Who would drink a beer with that kind of name in it? It's disgusting.
It's
been around for
a while.
But they have a wonderful nightlife. They have a lot of art.
Yeah.
They have wonderful
The
architectural
murals.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
holographic
Shakers.
murals.
Well, not just the painted ones with the wings.
Yep.
We'll
Yeah.
put some pictures up of.
Yeah, the on that second floor in the brothel, that ferry that's
Yeah.
on the wall.
Uh-huh.
In the dark, it looked like the remnants of a nuclear
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
holocaust. Like it was just splattered, like the shadow was splattered on the wall.
Mhm.
I thought that.
That's a beautiful moon.
Okay. I see what you're talking about
yeah.
now. That was random. That was great.
So,
That is a nice moon. Look at that.
I'll give you a nice moon.
oh boy.
You almost did with the truffle shuffle.
Yeah.
But Shakers, so that was kind of the history of Shakers. Well, it started with that, and then the history of the Capone brothers actually running business out of that during the Prohibition
The
era.
Capone brothers?
Yeah. So actually, the brothers both.
Al had a brother?
I don't remember his name, though.
William.
I was like, wow, I'm impressed.
Had you not laughed, we would have not known.
So this
I can't
this
remember.
place
It was
was associated
Melvin
with both
Capone.
Al
Yeah.
and Bundy.
Yeah. No, don't worry. Don't worry.
Dahmer.
Don't worry.
Bundy.
Oh,
And
damn.
there was also
I thought I had a good pun.
a young child that would have been a great pun. I get it. There was a young child that fell from a tree and died after she hit her head. Whatever fell from an apple tree or something in the back. She's actually said to haunt the women's room downstairs, down in the bar.
They actually have the Jeffrey Dahmer jail, the real one,
So-
that he actually sat on when he went to that bar trick.
And Jeffrey Dahmer used to frequent that bar. He actually, Bob the owner, used to serve Jeffrey Dahmer, and Jeffrey Dahmer would only like to be served by Bob or there was another male. He did not like women serving him.
And he sat on a bar stool that was just a little bit taller than all the other ones because he's crazy.
Yeah, the bar stools there were not very reliable last night. I don't know. You guys missed that poor gentleman.
Poor gentleman. No, he wasn't even drunk. He just went to
He just fell.
He fell faster than gravity should have let him.
He was pushed.
Maybe.
But I think Bob has done a really wonderful job of decorating Shakers. And one thing that we talked about, and we had a very good long interview, and one thing we talked a lot about was the customer service aspect and the way he trains his staff. And we are very impressed by his business model.
Actually, not only that, because of the haunted reputation of the bar itself, he makes every new staff member go into the basement by themselves this is why I'm hired, to go to the basement by themselves and see if they get scared and kind of basically it's like a test, I guess. And not in a mean way, but just if they can handle
So how did
some
you
of
pass?
these things. Oh,
Because-
I always pass.
Because they have to want to come out of the basement of their own accord, right?
Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah, this is fair.
You can't be drugged out.
No, no, I like the basement. No, I haven't gone in the basement. It's kind of a bummer.
But it is a beautiful building.
It
It's
is.
been grandfathered in so they can do the
They
cigars.
literally
cigarettes.
smoke cigars in that building.
Yeah.
And, I actually enjoyed that aspect. He has really good cigar selection,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm a cigar guy, and so are you, Jay, right? And Pearchon, are you a cigar guy?
I like fruity stuff.
Fruity stuff? Okay.
I try to smoke a cigar, but I'm not very good at
No,
it.
she's not very good.
No, I fail, but I got
But
better.
we had
I've gotten
fun.
better.
I don't know if the activity was exactly what we were expecting, but I think
Yeah.
when you go and do investigations, you really can't have any kind of aspects because you don't know.
For expectations.
Expectations.
It's like, what we
Yeah.
talked about. It's like fishing.
Yeah,
Like,
it
you can
is.
be at the most
Yeah.
greatest fishing hole,
Right.
but on a certain day, certain time, you got Raven with you, and nothing happened.
Usually.
You should have gone fishing with me.
So I have to say,
I hate fishing though, so
I mean,
that's probably why.
we did catch quite a few pieces of.
We did.
Everybody but me.
Everybody.
Me.
So
But as a collective, you're included. We caught it together.
Thank you.
there were disembodied voices. I know personally I seen shadows. I know that there was a point where there was a particular living room on a penthouse where I actually felt drained. Every time I sat there, I literally would start falling asleep.
I will say I
I
was
just
tired.
couldn't help it.
Yeah.
It just, there's just something about that room that just seemed to suck the energy out of you.
It is a brothel.
Yeah, it is.
We got some interesting REM projects on the bed when asking about chocolate.
Yep. And they went away after we gave them chocolate.
And you and Jen were flabbergasted that no one was walking up the stairs.
Which we'll try to put some
Yeah.
of that evidence out at some point, which is a common occurrence that they
Yeah.
had said that
Yep.
they had heard,
Yep.
which is somebody walking up the steps, and it was clear as day. I turned around, looked down the steps, no one's there. Jen had also heard it and came up to the other set of stairs to see if somebody was coming down from there.
We should really get her perspective sometime.
Yeah, we should really try to
We
do
really
it
should try to get her on the
see.
show. So she can kind of give her.
I'm gonna start counting how many times you say that.
Voice,
Literally,
you
I
know.
think she would have been a key player. Too bad. We should call her sometime. See
Yeah, we could call her right now.
if she could come on.
You want me to try to give her a call?
You know, would you mind giving me a call and let's just see what her aspect was?
She might be asleep right now.
You know, none of us really got a whole lot of sleep. So,
No.
I mean, it's possible.
This is fair.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, was this the first time that you guys had ever been there?
No, this has been our second time as guests of Bob Weiss's. And we didn't do
And he asked you back?
He did.
He did.
Because of Raven.
He likes me. I like Bob. He's good. He's good people. No, actually, he was one of our very first people that we interviewed as Darkwoods Paranormal.
Yep.
And so it was only fitting that we would go back. It was only fitting.
That's the
I
code.
just now realized that.
Oh, yes.
He's like, I've seen that couch before.
Because they did an investigation.
Yeah,
and
we
it
did.
was one of their earlier videos.
Yeah, that was our first one that we ever posted.
Oh, you
Actually.
don't watch their channel, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't. I
Only people
know
with
exactly what
taste
you're
do.
talking
It's
about.
fine.
Yeah, so that would be it. We were on our way to Eureka Springs.
Yep.
And we stopped over there and met Bob for the first time, and he was such a wonderful, hospitable person.
Yeah, this is almost a year anniversary for you, too.
We've
was.
actually just reached our year.
Yeah.
We reached our year October 25th.
That's
He
awesome.
actually reached out and said, would you guys like to come back? And we said, absolutely.
Yeah, no, that was great.
Mhm.
So we're back. Yeah.
We're back. It's past
We're
tense.
I said,
But I mean, that's
We're back.
why we're here in Dusterbeck. This is our 1 year anniversary of coming out doing a podcast.
We're happy that you came out, and we accept you. So, I want to let you know that we
accept
we don't
you.
we don't judge, and we're very happy to have you and Pearchum out. So
Yeah, this has been a great weekend so
Yeah.
far. I got some great new albums.
They're happy for you.
Yeah.
wow. You fans out there?
I was not expecting.
I thought I was going to lose my camera. I got it back.
Yeah.
well, you have good friends that go
I do.
long distances to make sure nothing gets lost.
So I wasn't expecting. We went to Lake Geneva today. It was packed.
Yeah, well, it's beautiful weather.
It was beautiful. Yeah, no, it was
60,
cold.
Yeah, it was 60 plus degrees out,
Oh,
which
good.
everybody was out in Lake Geneva, which
Mm.
is the rock
Everybody.
shop, which is where you got your.
Yeah, there wasn't even enough room to move in that little rock shop. It was cool though.
That's very cool.
So
And what else is here in Elkhorn?
The piece of
well,
Bray
there
Road.
was. It's not here anymore because I've tried to find it. The Beast of Bray Road.
Yep.
Many people think that it's a military experiment gone awry.
I think it's a mangy bear.
Yeah, I think it could be.
I mean,
I think it was
Okay.
probably misidentification, just like Bigfoot does.
it could have been a hungry homeless man.
Why is he got to be hungry?
Why is he got to be homeless? Why is he got to be a man?
All valid
Gender
questions. All valid questions.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, because the Beast Bray Road goes back to, what, 1936?
Yep.
And
The
then
first at the
that was at that
not convent, but
monster.
something like that.
Where
Big church building.
where there was a graveyard that
Mm-hmm.
groundskeeper saw a creature digging something up twice.
Yeah.
And then it kind of disappeared for a few years until, what, the 80s?
It was the 80s. Yep. And then Linda Godfrey.
Which
took that story.
unfortunately passed away right after COVID.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
as
kind of a
we
bummer.
kind of impeach on animals' environments, I mean, they have no other choice but to come out, right? So
Did
Yeah.
you say that about serial killers, too?
I would say that about serial killers, yes.
Let's. You opened up rabbit holes. Let's go.
Let's
Go down.
go in 'em.
You bring up a good point about serial killers. That
JD did, yes. Yeah, very, very good point.
I've noticed with a lot
One in five.
of serial killers, they get to the point where they want recognition.
Absolutely.
Like the BTK killer, he had gotten away with it
Mhm.
and just started mailing letters because he felt like he was neglected.
Yeah.
Became
Oh, that's
cocky and
because-
invincible.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's
Can
exactly what
animals
happened.
have
His family turned him in.
Can animals have those proclivities or
Have you not
Cognitive-
seen Ghost in the Darkness?
Well, let's look at Bigfoot.
So you're
who I
answering
make
my
fun of
question.
all the time.
Yeah.
Bigfoot comes out in areas that there seems to be a lot of construction. I think
You
by
mean lumbering?
what
Lumber? Like
Big-
where they're cutting trees down?
Yes. Yep.
that's deconstructing.
Deconstruct. Yes, but during construction areas, when they're impeaching in the other people's environment, we do see a high tick in Bigfoot sightings.
Yeah, if you see a tree getting thrown, it's kind of hard to say a bear did that.
It is. Our knocking, our the stench, the very musky stench.
Well, yeah, that could be explained by a lot of things.
So that brings me to my next question. That you guys can laugh at me all you want. I don't.
We
care at this
usually do,
point.
and we like it. Thank you for
Yeah.
letting us do that. Yeah.
So it brings up the good question because that type of mentality, in my opinion, denotes higher intelligence than the animal kingdom is capable of. Going back to the Ghost in the Darkness story, the killer lions of I don't remember the city in Africa. Have you seen the movie?
It was
The
a long
Ghost in
time
the
ago,
Darkness
yes.
with
Yes.
Val
Oh, Val Kilmer.
Is it possible?
Those two lions are also in the Natural
History Museum
in
in
Chicago.
in Chicago, yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, Chicago's not far away.
it's like I almost flew in there or something.
Yeah, is it possible that these animals, and I'm gonna group the possibility of Bigfoot being in this mindset, don't necessarily have the higher intelligence that denotes that type of behavior, but they're possibly possessed by some supernatural entity that's causing them to act the way that they're acting.
I think
like-
revenge is something that's maternal, right? I mean, you start impinging somebody's environment. Look at squirrels, right? Squirrels have a home. You start cutting that stuff down, and before you know it, they're making nests in your house, wrecking wiring. So I think it's something that's within everybody or anything.
So there is
Well, the
actually,
ravens.
I was going to say, well, yes, actually crows do hold grudges. They actually will
They
hold a
remember
grudge.
your
They
face.
will
Yep.
literally tell the rest of their family
Yep.
that you did them wrong, and they will literally, like, it
Yeah,
goes
it's-
around the
there's a
family.
reason.
Yes.
There's a reason a group of crows is called a murder.
There is. And then there is a story about a tiger in Asia, or I don't remember exactly where, which actually held a grudge against a man who I can't remember what he did to it. This is a documented case where the tiger literally stalked him and ended up killing him. First, it stalked him, and then it killed his dogs first, and then ended up killing him because it was like a revenge thing. It literally stalked him
He
on
was
purpose
in
because
his hunting area.
something like that. Yes, yes.
I read that story.
Yes.
It was very
So
interesting.
I think that animal instinct isn't anything that's human, right? We all know right and wrong. We're all born with what's right and what's not right. So I think when someone feels mistreated, they lash out. I think that's just a behavior that everybody and everything has.
So, I'm going to delve down a little deeper on this.
Absolutely.
And tell me if I'm wrong.
You're
please.
That's quick.
The thought of generational transgression or revenge denotes to me, in my opinions, a higher intelligence than the animal kingdom is capable of. But could that possibly be explained away by reincarnation?
Well, let's look at the Hatfields and McCoy, right? That's generational hatred, and they were extremely intelligent. Just saying.
That was a good one.
Thank you. I was holding that one in. I was like, let's just add this in real quick. Yeah.
By the way, that's if you guys haven't seen the miniseries with Kevin Costner,
It's incredible.
Really,
yeah,
really good.
It's a very good watch. Yep.
But do you, in your
Humble opinion.
do you think the possibility of something like reincarnation could play a factor into animalistic
No, I just think some
generational
of them are
traits?
just stubborn.
So I don't want to speak for Raven, but me personally, I think that's a stretch.
Yeah.
But I think it's a very good theory, and I think it's worth exploring. But
Please tell me about for 5 minutes.
okay, yeah. So no, so
I try.
I think the human soul is naturally forgiving, and I think once you're reincarnated, you become again, right? You become new again, and I don't know if you latch on to that hatred.
So I have another question for you guys.
Yeah, I'm happy to just blow it out of the water. But go ahead.
Our good friend, you've met him, Jason,
Yeah.
from the Woodlife.
Jason Bourne.
Kupsik.
Jason Bourne.
No, I remind you, Raven.
I mean,
and
he is
have
kinda
maybe
like Jason
3 hours
Bourne.
of sleep combined since yesterday morning. So yeah.
He brought up a good point during one of our recent filmings a couple of months ago that
Recent filmings a couple months ago.
that
You're doing great. We love you.
that I really had never thought about, but when he said that, I think all three of us were just like, shit. I mean, damn. When you
Collectively shut down. I love it.
yeah. when you look at, we're just gonna switch to the haunting
Yeah,
facet
absolutely.
right now. When you look at hauntings per se, a lot of locations relatively have like hauntings that are happening, but you see like older people, like 1800s or 1700s. You don't necessarily see newer people, and then a lot of historical hauntings at a certain point they kind of just like die off, and then nothing really happens. Is it a possibility that could be because a ghost is the form of a soul, and there's an expiration date to the soul?
So, if I may, I don't want to become argumentative. I always enjoy your perspectives. You're
fucking wrong.
I always
Except for when
I
it's
think
about
you're a very
Bigfoot.
deep thinker, and I do appreciate your perspective. But since we do investigations of the paranormal, I think it's very fair to say we don't know that all ghosts, when we see them, are older, because I've never seen ghosts. I feel ghosts. We walk around with
Ghosts
their
for
cameras.
you.
We don't actually see them. If there's no proof that there really is ghosts, and I think that's the fantastic aspect that drives a lot of people to do these investigations. We do run into a lot of aspects that are paranormal. That means it's not normal, right? So I think to say, well, we were in an abortion hospital yesterday, and you could feel a different feeling when you walked in that room. So by definition, abortions, babies. So I would say that you can be newer, younger, and still have a presence after your death.
Interesting. I love it.
Yeah.
What?
No, but
I
I
was
mean,
thinking of ghosts yelling at it.
but you know, I do
pretty,
think
bitch.
that
I was thinking the same thing.
I do think that when we think about what a ghost is, we always get that imaginary old lady or old man, and
Yeah.
I don't know where that comes from. I do think it's interesting because even like when I was growing up, cartoons, Scooby Doo, it's always an old person, never a younger person.
Yeah.
So I think we assume that old people die and they come back. Old young people die as well.
Yeah.
So I want to delve a little further into this
Yeah.
topic of what a ghost is. I was at a paranormal conference in Springfield, Missouri, probably 10 years ago. And I was listening to a presentation by a psychologist. I can't remember her name, Dr. something. And she brought up a good theory that I still think about to this day. So, as human beings, our minds are basically the most complex AI computer algorithm that's ever been designed. Right? It's a database beyond storage comprehension.
Built by the hand of God. I mean, you know, it's something that
Yes.
is not understood. Absolutely.
Since the second we're born, our mind is designed for facial recognition.
Absolutely.
That's how humans function.
Right.
From the second we're born, our brain is building its own internal AI database for what it can understand and comprehend so that later on in life it can recognize it and put meaning behind it.
Right.
So, in those thoughts, everybody's database and computer algorithm is completely different from one another's.
Yep.
If we were to go into a room all individually, separately, throughout a night, and there is known to be the presence of a spirit in that room, Raven goes in, she sees something, she comes out and she's like, I just saw the ghost of a little boy in the corner.
Yep.
You went in earlier, you come out into the group discussion and say, yeah, when I was in that room, I saw the apparition of I think it was a cat. JD had gone into that room earlier on, and he's like, I saw the apparition of a lady in a white dress. None of those are documented occurrences for what people relatively see or experience. You guys may have all seen the same thing, but your mind, based on facial recognition patterns and the database that you've built, formed an image for you to understand what you were seeing so that you can comprehend it. Even though you had seen the same thing, it represented itself differently in your mind.
Well, if I can take that a step further,
Yeah.
I've always surmised that, let's say you look in the, surmised. So you look at the sky and we say it's blue. The color that you see blue may be different than the color I see blue.
Yeah.
I think it's all subjective. Everything
Yeah.
is. So right now we are sitting in a beautiful room, and the table to me looks black.
And that's the interesting thing is that this isn't actually black. It's every color but black.
So the color that I see, that I refer to as black, is probably different than the color you see.
I can
you
see
refer to
gray.
Black. You see gray. Well,
Yeah.
And then,
but
yeah, if you have
understand
astigmatism.
the argument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it totally makes
No,
sense.
I love this. I hope I'm not boring anybody because I like talking about this kind of stuff.
No, it totally makes sense.
It's
So,
kind of
and
odd that Gabriel picks out the black table.
You know, like I said,
They're all black.
I'm running on 3 hours of sleep. So, I mean, this could very well be a light gray.
probably
I
a
do
slate,
know
right?
that the walls and stuff are white. It's a beautiful eggshell, off-white. So,
but okay, but everyone does see things differently, is what you're saying, because everyone is completely different. So
'Cause
your
we all have different
experiences,
life experiences.
everybody's
that
experience is
build
going to be
that
different.
database.
100%.
Some
And that's
people lose driver's license, some people don't. Everybody has different world experience.
I think this all stems
Sorry,
from
Dad.
a chair that someone may have in their possession.
yeah,
It's all because of the Dahmer chair
yeah, it is.
that may or may not exist.
We can
It
actually
exists.
state that one does exist. It just doesn't exist where other people think it is.
It definitely doesn't
I can
have
go
Raven's
steal it.
teeth marks on it.
Right.
Or maybe
Or-
it does.
Go get
It's a
it.
possibility that it does exist, but only in her mind.
You know what? I
Who's to
do
say?
think that there is some delusional in everybody. And I
Yeah.
think we all kind of take place on what we think, and then sometimes we project that.
Everybody here
Oh.
would love for me to just.
So,
To
so
be fair, I watched two people play with bent metal rods for like 2 hours last night.
that was fun.
It was interesting.
I wasn't naming names. I'm just saying.
It was me.
I was for a little bit too.
Um,
It was fun. I mean, no, it was interesting.
So going down this train of thought, how everybody perceives everything differently,
Yeah.
like experience-wise and all that stuff. When it comes to paranormal investigation and evidence or personal experiences, do you guys think, and lady think, sorry,
She identifies today.
that,
Good, bro.
that
I'm used to this.
when people corroborate experiences in the moment, so like I'm going to give an example. Like say there's 100 people in this room with us right now, and we all see a lady, like a white ghost lady, walk through the barn, and everybody's like, "What the shit was that?" More than one people seeing the same thing paranormally, does that lend more credence?
Not necessarily.
Still a cool story, bro.
So there is such a thing as mass hallucination
Yep.
or whatever. I don't even know exactly what the term is. Not saying that if you all didn't experience something at the same time, it doesn't make that, that doesn't discredit that being something
It's a
that could
personal
happen.
experience that it's hard
Right.
that you can't.
But there
validate.
have been instances of people having the same hallucination or the same delusion or the same.
Well, let's take COVID, the COVID vaccine.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
just saying. So
too.
everybody swore that when you took it, you wouldn't get sick. Everybody was still getting sick. So everybody had the delusion because everybody else was taking it. The government made it cool, and I'm not saying it worked, it didn't work, although history and new data does tell the story. But everybody joined in that mass delusion that it was
But
a
I mean,
vaccine.
at the same time, no. But I mean, like there have been instances where something all happens at one in this same instance, where it is in mass.
So if it's
Watch
caught,
2023 or 2030, when we finally can release this.
no. So
Yeah,
let's
sorry.
take for instance the Lubbock light phenomenon incident. It was actually caught on camera. Does that then lead more credence?
Yes.
I think it's
And
still
so-
perspective of if you were there or not. Things can be manipulated. What's
Well,
that?
it's pre AI is,
Yeah.
because that was what, the 80s or 90s?
It was the 90s, I think.
Very grainy.
Google's a fun little tool.
Well, I mean, let's go back to mass delusion, right? Let's look at the moon landing, for Christ's sakes, right? We know now, it's very good evidence at that point that never happened. But we saw it on TV. Everybody said, "Oh, look what they did," and all of a sudden, they went to the moon. When in reality, Russia was first. We were always second, but we had to come up with an idea to make us first.
so I
So
haven't.
we think we placed those items later once we have the
Yes,
technology?
I don't think
I
we
think
went when
No,
we
I don't
went.
think we ever went.
So
Yeah.
NASA, who did the most amazing thing, accidentally recorded over their tapes on how to do it again. I just don't. I think that's extremely sloppy. So I guess if we look at that, they were just lucky to get people to the moon.
Have I told you my story about the moon landing?
No, were you there?
Can I? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I work with engineers, and I can totally believe somebody would accidentally write over the only tape because they needed the extra 5 kilobits for something.
Right.
We
Whoopsies.
crashed our first rover to Mars
Because of that situation.
because half the group that was collaborating did everything in imperial measurements, the other half did it in metric. And they didn't realize that, and they didn't have conversions. So when it went to deploy the parachute, it was off by miles versus kilometers, and then they were like, oh, we're going to standardize on the metric unit. So I mean, there are some things that sound like, oh, that couldn't possibly be, and then you're like, oh, yeah, that actually happened. Like there are tons of TV shows, the historical TV shows that we've lost. That luckily they have been refound because somebody taped it. But the studios overwrit, like the pilots, like it's pretty, like you think, oh, that can't be possible. Then you realize people are just idiots sometimes.
I think we can definitely both agree that people are just idiots sometimes.
So we did an episode on this a little while back. I'm not going to name names, but I know an individual that worked for a pretty prominent aerospace engineering company in Maryland during the 1970s, and on lunch break decided to go check out some of the hangars, walked into one, and it was a complete, total movie studio replica setup of the moon landing. He was like, oh shit, they're filming a movie, and like walked out, was pulled aside by several gentlemen in some dark and light suits and told that you don't know shit, you didn't see shit.
You're about to
Kill
misremember.
all your shit that you have ever shit.
Right. So
Yeah.
once again, I think we were talking about mass hysteria, and I do think that it is something that is catchy like a cold. Somebody believes it, so therefore.
I mean,
a lot
look
of
how long
other people-
Schlitz has been around.
Terrible beer, man. I mean, who says, hey, give me a
better than-
Schlitz? You know, it's not very manly.
Unless you wanted to sponsor us.
Then
and then-
Schlitz is probably the best drink. I mean, think about how long they've lasted. They've lasted because of a wonderful recipe and the ability to disguise their name as something that's good.
Maybe that's how they've lasted so long, is because of their name. Because I used to go to the bar and order a farmer's daughter just because I thought it was funny to order a farmer's daughter. So maybe it just comes from the
Was
name.
it $20?
No, damn. I'm sure they actually had a value there, 23, 34.
$6.
Oh, prices have gone up.
Inflation.
Inflation is a thing, you guys.
So, what are your thoughts? Let's
Go back to Milwaukee.
yeah, let's
or-
let's pull this back to last night and what happened. And
I thought we were going to talk about that anymore.
well, it was caught on camera, so
We all signed an agreement. It didn't happen.
Yeah, there's an NDA actually. Ruh-roh.
we didn't sign anything. in your personal opinions, do you think that the location has activity?
I think that just like the Sally House, which we were fortunate enough to be able to join because of you guys, that even if it didn't, with a lot of people projecting their own feelings and adventures, I think people carry baggage, and sometimes we bring that into a building that stays. So even if it didn't,
It's a great
I
answer.
do think that the environment does create things. We do know water and limestone.
Residual
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
So where you have something.
But I do think,
reoccurring.
just like the Sally House, we have investigators come in and trying to summon up things that may or may not already be there, and when they leave, it stays there. So whether or not it's because of the environment, I do truly believe that something is there.
Or they take them with them and have nightmares for.
Or
for a couple weeks.
the reason that people may have experiences is because they're bringing the experiences with them.
Absolutely.
They're projecting it or creating it.
It's all
themselves,
dependent upon who's there in the moment.
Well, one person could hear ice dropping and know that's ice dropping. Another person could hear ice dropping and swear it's phantom ice.
No, that's
Which
that's
is a
very
real
valid.
thing, because I'm sure there's stories, there's tales about phantom ice coming to life, and I can understand why people would misunderstand that. And we don't judge, we just make fun. Yeah,
I thought it
I
was-
was going to point fingers at you.
No,
This
it
is-
was me. People.
It's a friend of a friend that told me that they heard ice and it scared them, and we're like, yeah, phantom ice. So it's not you; it's a friend of a friend of cousins, sisters, aunts.
I think the thing that threw me was the fact that we were above the bar, and I didn't know that there was a bar on that floor.
Why would you though? Because it really did have the bar feeling upstairs.
It didn't. I thought it was just a
And it
decorated
wasn't
room.
until we all sat in the room after your experience and we said, that's valid. We hear it too. What is it?
Yeah.
So we were able to
So you got
digest
up
that
and looked.
information. Yeah, well, because you were reacting in the moment. I mean, you were the first experience. After you told us, we started thinking about it longer, right? So we actually had time to kind of digest it a little longer and
And debunk
investigate
it.
that aspect of it.
Debunk
So
it.
it's really not your fault. You
Yeah.
heard a noise, and then we all
And you
kind of
were
talked
scared.
about it. Yeah.
Which
I mean, you peed a little, cried, and we're okay with that. That's why we keep you.
Which is why it's important
I love
to take a moment, though. Like, it's why it's important to actually
Take a
try
moment
to-
and pray for Paracham.
Yes, that too. But I was going to say, like, debunk things, like not just think that everything that's happening is a paranormal experience. I was in an investigation once with actually Trish from Uper Paranormal, and we were sitting there trying to do trying to do an EVP session, and there was a noise, and we both heard it, and it was, it was very interesting. And she right away, and and not by any fault, but she was like, "Oh, did we hear that?" Like, and of course, well, let's listen back. And I was like, "Well, this is a window. There are cars that drive by, and it was definitely a car."
Would that be it?
Well,
But
that's why I think it's essential when we do investigations, we have other like-minded individuals that we can bounce these ideas off, like you guys as friends,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We're like, hey, we experienced this. Sit down in this area. Let us know what you feel.
What
And
you
then
hear,
through
yeah.
those experiences, we literally talk out to try to come up with the most reasonable outcome.
yeah.
I was going to say, is it really an EVP if you hear it audibly?
No,
don't
we
like
heard it back.
details.
No, we heard it back on. No, we heard it back on.
Yeah.
But when
A recording, yeah.
You played it
We were
back,
in
so
a-
you
we were
didn't
in a-
hear it
Right.
first. Okay.
Right. It wasn't like a disembodied.
I didn't hear it.
Whatever.
But I heard it.
No. It was one of those where we were doing the EVP session, recording it, and then playing it back.
I'm not taking a nap. I'm getting to feel the room.
No, I was sleeping.
Resting with my eyes open.
So to close this out,
Oh, we're not closing yet. We got another 15 more minutes.
We can do an hour and 15 minutes.
Some people got the stamina.
Yeah, we do.
All night long.
All night long.
All night.
I sleep.
You know,
So what do
there's
you
no
want?
shame going there.
What you
There
want
is
to? What you want to carry on with?
Well, we're the Lovely Shaker location.
Yeah.
I mean, in your opinion, from the evidence and some of the stuff that we encountered, where would you put that realm of residual building settling? Tall
I would say
tales?
residual, and I also think that there could very well be a portion of a portal where there, as we know, at least in my opinion, there are times that there is thinning of the veil, which Raven and I talk about a lot on darkwoods.paranormal.com. And what I believe
What
is
was that website?
darkwoods.paranormal.com. It's a very popular podcast. In fact, we do lives Sundays and Thursdays.
7
And-
p.m. Central Time.
Yep, 7 p.m. Central. And then we also do a lot of audio and video versions. So you can have the best of both worlds. You can watch us, and then on the way to work or on long trips, there's plenty of hours. You sit there and listen to the wonderful investigations, the stories, and the interviews that we do.
So
Did you answer the question?
I have a question.
Wait, no, but to answer the question, you think there's a portal?
I do.
And you think that
I think that there
Portal,
is a-
not porthole.
I do think that
It was a.
portals
It was a.
do-
portal?
I now have a very strong connection with Raven. She just had a wrestle with a squirrel going a mile a minute.
So what was the question?
Do you believe in portals?
No, you said that you thought that maybe there was a portal
I
in
do.
the building. I
Portal.
would say portal. I would say that
Uber.
part of it could also be just the fact. I think you were mentioning residual a lot. I think the history of the location, which is verifiable, right?
No, that's there.
It's there. So, well, you know what I mean, though.
It's certified,
It's
verified.
not like somebody's telling a story that Sally House, for example, which we all believe has some activity, or we all experienced activity there, but there was no
You got up and ran.
I'm just fucking with
actual
you.
evidence that a girl named Sally died in the house. Now there are stories from Shakers, but there are verifiable stories from Shakers. So like,
So the woman that was cut up and dismembered is been verified.
I believe so.
It's not verified on an experience, is what you're saying.
Well, if we can go back to
Is that what you're
materials
getting
for a
at?
second. So we heard footsteps on the stairs. The stairs are wood, and I think there are some fundamental materials like iron, wood that do have the ability to soak up
The whole
history, right?
Yeah.
The energy.
The energy, absolutely. So I do believe I've experienced things where I do think that because it happens so often, that it kind of does create somewhat of a memory.
yeah.
And I do think that we could bring that to some of the conclusions of a lot of the paranormal things we've experienced.
So I want to kind of wrangle it in
Yeah.
for
We still have like 5 minutes.
well for people that might not quite have I understood you, but a better way to look at it, not a better way to look at it, an easier way to look at it wording wise. When you're talking about the Sally House,
Yeah.
those verified accounts are based on an experience that someone had, not historical data.
Mhm.
Right? Where Shakers actually has historical data that a lady was murdered and chopped up in a tub.
They do. In fact, they actually, I believe the guy hung for it.
Yeah.
So
that's a big difference, and I agree with Raven that
Yeah.
Because I mean, technically, the Sally House, there's no registered
there is,
information
yeah.
about.
but yet we were all
The
in,
events, though, that
Yeah,
so that was
actually
a- that was a
happened,
great-
was captured.
right?
They didn't call it Sally at the beginning. A medium came in. All he said was he saw a little girl that looked like this.
Mhm.
And then somebody said, "Hey, Sally's a wonderful name. I bet you that seems so."
Oh, it was a medium.
what'd you see?
Did you see that?
No, but you did a thing.
Yeah, he did a thing.
He does the thing when he sees the things.
It was a firefly? That's what Jason would tell me.
No, it was actually a shadow person. It moved from that side right. Did you see that?
Well, we have cameras
We have
behind
cameras.
us.
We
If
should.
they went
You should
behind-
play it back because you can actually see something move.
So
No, we got another 15 minutes.
I have a
let's do that.
question that has bugged me for a while, and I don't know why. But when people say the thinning of the veil, that term means nothing because veils are
Are thin.
designed to be thin.
Right.
So would
So
it?
thinning the veil is making it even thinner.
It'll just like disappear.
Where you can
So removal of the veil?
Yeah. It just
Make the
sounds better.
translucent. Like a-
Translucent. This
I know that was a stupid question, but
illusion.
There's no stupid questions. There's only stupid answers.
Or people.
there's which Pear Chum is not
And
one
for
of those
those-
people.
I did realize after listening to Gabriel Von Graves do his explanation on
Gabriel
portals,
Bone Graves. DarkwoodsParanormal.com.
the new drinking game is going to be every time when Gabriel says "I," please take a shot and let us know how many times Gabriel says "I."
That would probably be 3. Because it's never about me. It's always about the experience and the area and others around me.
what do pirates say?
Pirates say, I don't know. What do they say?
Blank matey.
He said I.
Oh, I'm just messing. So you saw a shadow?
He thought he did.
Yeah.
But he also thought he saw shadows at Shakers.
I did actually. And I do think that there's many times in my own basement that I've seen things.
Don't tell Missy that.
She'll be down there in heartbeat.
Or, I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
so-
your name's Raven. I'm sorry.
So at Shakers, I was sitting in the steps going up to the penthouse, and as I was sitting there, they had right above us. They had a skylight, very old, you know.
Yeah,
but,
it's a pretty old.
yeah, but as I was looking up there, I was just kind of looking at the lights up there, and then all of a sudden, I saw shadows, like somebody walking in a room.
So is that where they got the name for the adult magazine?
It does.
Oh, the top floors of brothels were called penthouses.
I would assume. I mean, that,
Well-
because penthouse always means
But
top shelf.
it makes
right?
sense.
Yeah.
It makes
it's
a
top
lot of
floor.
sense.
Yeah, it's top shelf.
Well, there. We just learned something.
Yeah.
As we
And this
talked
history lesson has been brought to you
about-
by.
Parent John.
Nudie
So I
mags.
just want to point out that out of all this whole conversation, Pear Chum picked out porn.
Yeah.
So
I actually just did too. I mean,
yeah. So
I was going to bring up that Dusterbeck is over 100 years old. Milk dairy, which could mean that it could be a haunted location.
And supposedly haunted. Supposedly, not supposedly.
Well, in farms, we know lots of livestock, and in the older times, they would actually bury people on the homestead.
Oh yeah.
And if you do,
And I think that's such a beautiful thing, right? I mean, this is their
they can't
home.
take your home away
can't,
from you
because
if you've been buried
yep.
there for tax reasons.
Yep.
How does that work
The
centuries later when
cow
the markers have gone and they
It
try to
does
plow
make
the
me feel
field?
awkward.
Good question.
I like the idea of a cow ghost. That'd be a cool tattoo.
Well, I mean,
As it
so
charges you.
is a soul different from an animal to a person?
Well, we know somebody that says yes, absolutely,
Really?
So
that they don't even have them.
They don't even have souls.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you look at it, we all have loved our pets, and most of us, I would say, have had the unfortunate experience or the beautiful experience of spending the last moments with our pets. And I can tell you, as I was petting a longtime dog that I loved, as we had him put down, you could see the light go from the eyes. And I think it was wonderful that we were able to spend his last seconds with him. But I do believe that animals do have souls. Because if you yell at them, you can see the difference in their face. You know.
I do think there are animal ghosts. A lot of people talk about, especially a long time pet passes away, that they'll have things that remind them, like the night after. And that. So
I think the argument can be made. In history, there have been human beings that I think we could argue did not have a soul at all.
yeah, could be a fair argument.
in history, or
Well, and they're
I mean,
Even
horses,
recent history.
I think
horses show up a
current
lot
history.
from battlefields.
Oh,
and,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I think there's something to it.
I think animals too can sense people, because I know when I met Jen's dog Milo, I was scared because she said he didn't like men or people with beards
Boys.
or people that wear hats, and I was like, shit, like I'm striking 3 out of 3 here. And I love the little guy. Like, he's the sweetest little dog in the world.
Well, if you think about the difference between humans and animals, right? Like, as humans, we're told that we're not supposed to believe certain things. We're told, at some point in time that we're not supposed to do certain things because,
Deprogramming.
oh yeah, right. But animals don't have that.
Nope.
Animals
Neither
have
do
more
children. That's why a
understanding.
lot of children see things because they
spirits.
haven't been told that they shouldn't yet.
Yeah, and then
Cats
at some
stare at
point,
random things. Just
And-
up with you.
well, and then at some point, children, as they grow, because
Dicks.
they're being told that they have to act a certain way and be a certain way, and that this isn't real, and that's not real, and all that.
They
So-
could end up on a
Formative,
podcast
yep.
talking about ghosts or something.
So what would a ghost cow say instead of moo?
Boo.
Sorry. I thought it was cute. Apparently
That's
not.
kind of cute.
Raven's gonna show up with a ghost cow tattoo.
I might. That sounds like a really cute tattoo, doesn't it?
Have the Ghostbusters little ghost trap underneath it as it's trying to pull.
Slimer.
Instead
ghost
of
cow.
slime, milk.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. And my line's drawn. That was sick. Well,
By the way,
that was a
I
great
wanted to
idea.
Thank you guys for joining us last night.
Oh no,
We had a lot
thank
of
you for
fun.
having us.
I know you guys traveled quite a distance to come to Milwaukee,
I did.
and we actually enjoyed.
I traveled the
spending time
same
with you.
distance.
Right. So thank you guys for
Yeah.
coming in and for taking that.
No, I would love to go back again.
Oh,
Like,
I think that we could probably get all access at
I
a
think-
point and be able to go down in the basement and kind of figure out.
I think it would be fun to sleep there overnight.
Yeah.
We could have.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, but
Maybe we do. Maybe we pick a floor. We all kind of take one floor.
I'm in the basement.
And then literally, spend the night just to see.
JD's
just to
got the
see
bar.
when we're most vulnerable in our sleep state, what happens. And I think that we're more receptive to receive things.
You know,
in that
This is
sleep state.
Gabriel just trying to become Big Spoon on everybody.
Well, no, he's the rotator floor. No, so I don't know if you guys ever saw the show. I think it was on Netflix. It was called 28 Days Haunted.
Yep.
That place, in my opinion, would be an interesting place to have a study like that done.
Oh yeah.
I think JD and I actually had that
Yeah, we
conversation
literally
about,
talked about
30, about 30 days.
I think most of the stuff that we experienced was leaning more towards residual but I think there's something that could lean to an intelligent haunt there, but it'd have to be acclimated to.
I do think that there was an intelligence there that was observing. You can kind of feel kind of in the back corners.
I mean, the random REM pods to certain questions.
Yeah.
The dowsing rods.
Yeah,
However,
the dowsing
rabbit
rods were
hole.
very interesting. Now, I'm not a huge believer in dowsing rods, and that was the first time I've ever actually used them, and it was very interesting because it's not like you're moving them yourself. It was very.
So
Even playing with the rods, she had a good time.
So I have
interesting.
I have a rabbit hole to finish this off to ask about. When talking about residual and intelligent hauntings and time spent on a location,
That was actually a fuse popping. Probably something set off. I would say it's probably outside lights, or even outside lights popping on. Probably a timer effect.
so residual hauntings are theoretically energy, trapped energy.
Absolutely.
Yes, stored in the building location.
Is it
Where was.
possible that if you were to perform, I was going to
Like a
say
ritual?
ritual, but that's not the right term, an experimentation, like the 28 Days Haunted, in Shakers, thinking that it's residual, can residual energy over time gain intelligence from and transition over into intelligent haunting from the familiarity with people trying to interact with it?
I believe that
Is that
energy.
you're like, nope, I'm done.
Well, I do think that there is a very good possibility that things that are there, given enough energy and perception of life, can become alive.
I would agree with that.
And the reason I say I is because I don't want to have, I don't want people, I don't want to sit there and throw my beliefs on anybody else, right? I mean, we're all open. The wonderful thing about the paranormal field is it's all subjective.
Yeah.
You know, it's not provable. We have not been able, if we would, we would not be doing it.
I wasn't
So-
laughing at you. He's been drinking every time you say I.
Yeah.
And, which is great, because I think I think that we're so, in today's society, we're so accustomed to make our feelings on somebody else. And I always accept that as it's my own responsibility. That's why I use the language I use, because it's my own personal belief. My own is not I. Just so you know.
I don't
I'm still
understand.
catching up from all the eyes before.
I
No,
That's
nobody,
contagious,
nobody
isn't it?
wants to say it.
Well, if I say we, then
No.
I'm
This is-
projecting what my beliefs are on somebody else.
Yeah.
I would never do that because I think that people have the right to have their own.
this individual would tend to agree with you.
With the travel I have done and the other paranormal people I've met at very hot locations, New Orleans, Gettysburg, what was the other one I did? Oh, Richmond, Virginia.
Madison
Madison.
Seminary. I'm
Yes.
wrong.
Anyways, as I have talked to a lot of
It
the
was in Ohio.
Mansfield
Mansfield. I'm sorry. Started with
reformatory, Schindler's List, also beautiful building location.
Schindler's List. Shawshank.
Shawshank. Yeah, Shawshank. Schindler.
Yeah, he was,
Completely
he-
different places. Oh my
He
god.
was in Auschwitz.
As I traveled the world.
Completely
But
different.
Talking with a lot of the tour people, most of them are paranormal investigators on the side, talk about right before Halloween, it starts ramping up. And like Gettysburg, right during the battle time, they get an influx of people. And his theory is it is because you get more people in those time frames that feed into the energy. It's not that it manifests into something intelligent. Whatever's intelligent has enough energy
There's more resources for it to draw from.
and do more things. And I thought that was a pretty...
That's a pretty interesting theory. Yeah. So let us know in the comments and section. Jesus.
Comment sections?
Let us know in the comments section what you guys think about all the stuff we may or may not have talked
Covered.
about.
Please like and subscribe
To both
Darkwoods Paranormal Podcast.
I was going to say to both paranormal podcasts, but yes, that would be helpful to say what ones.
Well, hopefully, you're on jumpingwiththespirits.podcast.com. CWTS is our podcast page.
Darkwoods.paranormal.com.
.com.
.com.
And you can find all your episodes there.
Yep.
Video, audio. Are you putting evidence and swag up yet?
We have swag up. Yeah, you can
Swagalicious.
check out our YouTube page, check out all of our socials for any updates. As Gabriel said earlier, we go live every Thursday, every Sunday, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. So you can check us out tomorrow, actually, when we go live.
Nice.
And
I
I
know.
can collectively say that we would love to continue doing things with Chumming with the Spirits
Okay, that's
because of you guys' perspective and the company and just the welcoming nature we've always been able to enjoy from you guys. Thank you.
So thanks for watching, and until next time.
Be safe out there. Stay out of basements.
No,